Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to sharpen a lawnmower blade. A couple different ways you can do it. If you're going to use a file, what you're going to end up doing is, if you got a vise to put your blade in, and then what you're going to basically do is just be filing outward to get the nicks taken out very best you can. The best way, find one of these nice little grinding stones, and what you're looking at doing is getting out the nicks off the blade. So, always wear safety glasses. You're just taking out most of the nicks. Now, I've already gone over this. And then what you can do is come into it, try to get it level. Just getting a little bit sharper. Now this blade's already sharpened in. Once you get the nicks out, and one main thing you're going to want to do is get a little balancer. Now, I lost the other piece to this that actually floats on the balancer. But what happens as you put the blade on it, it's going to either go up or down or stay kind of level and float to where you want it. So if it drops down more on one side, you're going to want to take a little bit more off on the heavier side till you get it to kind of balance, and it kind of floats on the balancer. Now I'm using my fingers and it's not really going to be the actual balancer, so I'll have to actually pick up another one before I put this blade on and put on the other blade. But it's just basically, if you have access to a grinder, pick one up cheap. It's the best way to go, the grinding stone. There's other alternatives. The file blade. Or there's different attachments you can put on your drill to actually do it. And if you have a vise, the best thing to do is lock that in a vise, then file outward when you do it. And then one thing I like to do is to make sure you clean up the blade as much as you can also before you balance it too, so you get an actual weight. And then one thing I like to do is take silicone spray and kind of spray over the blade to keep it from rusting, since it's probably the best thing to do when you have a wet season. And then the main point too is clean underneath your deck on the lawnmowers. Now, I can't flip this lawnmower upside down, nor am I going to take the deck off. So I get underneath there with the screwdriver, putty knife, and just go to town and drop all that wet grass that has accumulated that causes your deck to rust. So you can clean it up, get most grass out, and do that, depending on how much grass you have to cut. I have about 1.5 acres, a little more than that, almost 2 acres. So I'll do this a couple of times throughout the year to keep everything sharp and running right. So that's just a little quick tips on filing the blade. It's nothing hard to do when you file a blade. It's actually relatively easy. If you get too big of nicks, you can always go and just buy new blades. It's probably recommended to do that every couple of years, but I can go I can go many years with these blades by just sharpening them myself.